Title: Biden's Nordic Adventure, Chilling with the Homies in Finland. TLDR. In an episode straight from Presidential Globe-trotters, Uncle Joe touches down in the land of saunas and Nokia for a powwow with Nordic bigwigs, while Turkey's Prez Erdogan drops the mic on Sweden's NATO bid blockage. All this after Biden bids adieu to Lithuania's NATO summit and says more to Finland's president and friends. As the Kremlin watches like an ex at a party, Biden becomes the first US Prez to visit Helsinki since the infamous Trump-Putin summit. It seems President Joe Biden has decided to embrace his inner Viking, touching down in Finland for a shindig with the top dogs of the Nordic lands. Isn't it a bit chilly in the far north, or do the Finns have a secret sauna stashed away in the presidential suite? Just kidding. First things first, Biden's Nordic tour comes fresh off a NATO summit in Vilnius, Lithuania. But we ain't just talking about any summit. Remember when Turkey's main man, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, put the kibosh on Sweden's NATO membership? Well, in a plot twist straight from a soap opera, Erdogan's flipped the script, no longer blocking the Swedish bid. And what sparked this change of heart? Perhaps it was a soulful call with Biden where the US Prez's words of wisdom melted Erdogan's icy stance. Or maybe, it was about that chunky order of F-16 fighter jets. Who knows? But back to Biden's winter wonderland visit. The US Prez is all set to rub elbows with Finnish President Sauli Niinistö and his Nordic counterparts, including Sweden's Ulf Kristersson, Norway's Jonas Gahr Store, Denmark's Mette Frederiksen, and Iceland's Katrin Jakobsdottir. Guess they didn't want to miss out on the Arctic action. What's on the agenda, you ask? All things security, environment, and technology. But wait, let's not ignore the elephant in the room. Or in this case, the bear, Russia. Yes, Finland, which shares over 1,300 kilometers of border with Russia, recently gave the middle finger to its historic military non-alignment and hopped aboard the NATO train. Why? Well, you only need to glance at Ukraine to get your answer. And if that's not enough drama for you, Biden's visit marks the first US presidential touchdown in Helsinki since the somewhat controversial Trump-Putin summit 5 years ago. Will this rendezvous be as eventful? Or are the stakes even higher this time around? Hold on to your hats, folks. So as Uncle Joe wraps up his European tour and preps for his DC homecoming, he leaves us with plenty to chew on. Is a new chapter in US-Nordic relations about to be written? Or is this just another diplomatic shindig on the world stage? But let's not forget about Ukraine's Prez Volodymyr Zelensky, who showed up alongside NATO's Secretary General and G7 leaders, thanking them for having Ukraine's back. With NATO's growing roster and shifting alliances, how will this play out on the global chessboard? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, we're in for one hell of a ride. Let's wrap this up with a curveball. Does this visit indicate a shift in Biden's foreign policy strategy? Or is this merely a calculated move in the grand game of geopolitical chess? How will Russia react to this newfound camaraderie in its backyard? It's your move, folks. Checkmate or stalemate?